A lot of people don't realize that Britney Spears was in fact hanging out with Diddy at a party he was hosting the night before her infamous 2007 performance of Give Me More at the VMAs.
The impression is that Britney did something very bad that hurt you. She had a relationship with somebody else. Was there an incident?
Honestly, I mean, we're not perfect. I don't judge anybody. I think that it's just a situation of, it's just young love.
All right, y'all buckle up because we've got some serious tea to spill. This time it's about Britney Spears and her alleged connection with Diddy. Okay, so there's been a lot of chatter lately about some new jaw-dropping details regarding Britney, Diddy, and Justin Timberlake. This story goes way deeper than we ever imagined, and it's honestly heartbreaking when you try and take a deep dive about what really happened. Like, we all know the tragic story of Britney Spears' past, but what we are not aware of is who was the true culprit behind all of the singer's suffering. So let's dive into the details about Britney's 2007 downfall, the alleged involvement of Diddy and Justin, and how it all spiraled out of control. Okay, so Britney's career started setting up when she was 15 years old. Yep, at that young age, the singer was exposed to show business, and it was not very appealing. However, despite the negativity and constant harassment from the media, the then teenager continued. With her breakthrough hit and its endearing yet rebellious music video, Britney became a household name at the age of 16 and a regular on MTV's Total Request Live. Her eponymous first album, driven by the popular track, topped the Billboard 200 list for 6 weeks and remained there for over 2 years. However, her rising career came with such a big price. Let's start with some background. Now, we all remember Britney's infamous 2007 VMA performance. Many of us thought it was just a bad night, a misstep for a star struggling in the spotlight. But what if there was more to the story? What if Britney was set up to fail that night? The event was intended to help promote Britney's first studio album since 2003 and to mark her musical return following a year of significant personal issues. However, criticized the performance since Britney seemed to falter through the choreography and the overall stage.
Everyone is talking about Britney Spears' lackluster performance in front of millions. Our Kojo was there for the backstage report.
Fresh off the stage, Britney asked for a copy of her performance.
Perhaps her performance was less than polished because of all the partying she got in Sin City rather than rehearsal time.
You see, Britney had changed a lot in the 4 years since her last album. The pop diva has 2 kids with her now ex-husband Kevin Federline, with whom she was married. However, as Britney notes in The Woman in Me, Kevin's music career took off, and he began to spend more time away from home after they were married, which led to issues in their relationship. This led to Britney and Kevin filing for divorce in 2006, which was completed in 2007. In 2007, Britney also released her 5th studio album, Blackout, lost custody of her children, and drew news for her wild actions, which included shaving her head. Additionally, Britney claimed that the reason for her failure of her performance was due to her panic attack, but what actually caused her panic and instability? According to reports, the night before the VMAs, Britney was partying in Las Vegas with none other than Diddy. The champagne was flowing, the vibes were strong, but here's where things get sketchy. Allegedly, Diddy slipped something into Britney's drink that night, and though it was unclear whether this all really happened, by how things are looking now, it's not impossible that Diddy really pulled this kind of stunt on Britney. And by the time she hit the VMA stage, well, we all saw what happened next. It was a disaster. Specifically, she was a disaster. So much so that the performance was called a train wreck. And it looked like Britney was completely out of it. Dazed, confused, out of sync. Some are even saying it was all part of a planned humiliation ritual. And what's worse, it wasn't just Diddy who played a role in Britney's downfall. Enter Justin Timberlake. Okay, so y'all know how messy Britney and Justin's relationship was. The Mickey Mouse Club, a Disney variety show, is where Britney and Justin first connected as preteens. At a sleepover, Britney and her fellow Mouseketeer shared their first kiss while smooching to a Lionel Richie song. After Britney performed as an opening act for Justin's boy band NSYNC, they got back together in 1998. They started dating in 1999 and made their public relationship public in 2000. But it wasn't all lovely and romantic. In her 2023 memoir, Britney shared some tragic details about their relationship. The singer said that since she was so in love, she disregarded indications of Justin's cheating, but she eventually concluded that he had slept around. In addition, Britney said that she had an abortion while dating Justin, calling it one of the most agonizing things I have ever experienced in my life. After all of this heartache, Justin just proved that he's a horrible human being by dumping Britney through a text message. The separation devastated the pop princess. However, during the promotion of his debut album, Justified, the former boy band star talked about their sexual lives and leaned into accusations that Britney had cheated on him. And that's not all. His track, Cry Me a River, was written from the viewpoint of a guy who had been cheated on, and the music video included a Britney Spears doppelganger. Although it was Justin's first single to reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, Britney's reputation suffered as a result of the subsequent rumors. Now, we already know that Justin hasn't exactly been a knight in shining armor for Britney. After their breakup, he dragged her name through the mud in interviews, music videos, and more. But here's where it gets darker. Reports are now surfacing that Justin may have conspired with Diddy to ruin Britney's career out of jealousy and spite. Remember, Justin was tight with Diddy? In fact, according to Lance Bass, Diddy even pushed Justin to leave NSYNC and go solo. And it doesn't end there. Britney wasn't just dealing with shady friends, but her entire management team at the time, including Lou Taylor and Robin Greenhill, may have been working with Diddy to orchestrate her downfall. Britney even wrote about these people in her memoir. She labeled both ladies, along with her hated father, as bullies, and called Robin Greenhill the weird-ass lackey of TriStar chief Lou Taylor. In 2021, the New York Times published an article on TriStar's dubious relationship with Britney. The story detailed how Robin had managed Britney's credit card and given her prescription drugs, per the findings of a court investigator's report. Additionally, it explained how TriStar reportedly hired a security company to keep an eye on the singer's phone, videotape her in her bedroom. Britney's former bodyguard Alex Vlasov also spoke out about the whole situation, saying, "Even in the sacred place, her home, every single request was monitored and recorded. Her intimate relations were closely managed. You know, Britney could not have someone in the privacy of her house without those three people knowing." Also, Robin, a key figure in Britney's conservatorship, has also been connected to Diddy through some dark, twisted allegations. She reportedly handled payments for some of Diddy's shadier business dealings, including the alleged trafficking of sex workers. Britney's life was tightly controlled from every angle. Between being forced into rehab, the infamous 2007 head shaving incident, and her erratic behavior in public, it seems like every move she made was orchestrated by people looking to destroy her, people she thought she could trust. And the tabloids were relentless. They painted Britney as a ticking time bomb ready to explode. But behind the scenes, we now know she was being manipulated, medicated without her consent, and set up to look crazy in front of the world. With all these new details from Diddy's shady business coming out at the surface, many prominent names are getting dragged into filth. And Justin Timberlake is not safe either. It looks like all the horrible things she did to Britney are actually coming back for him, and karma is getting a piece of him. Like, people are calling him a flop for numerous reasons, including his failed comeback, low-selling concert ticket, and his infamous DUI arrest. And obviously all of this negative media is really bad for his tour. But again, these are all allegations, and nothing concrete is yet to be put out to prove these are real and actually happen. However, that does not stop fans from continuing to speculate. One fan even commented, "Timberlake is a snake. Period. He loved what he did to Britney and never showed an ounce of regret. As for his apology, it was a total joke. He used her, period." Another one added, "That poor woman, what they did to her. Justin is exposed. It's no coincidence that all the evil leads to Diddy. So here's the bottom line. Was Britney's downfall a calculated move by industry titans like Diddy and Justin Timberlake? Did they play a part in making sure she was humiliated and eventually placed under that abusive conservatorship? The more we dig, the clearer it becomes that something very shady was going on. It's heartbreaking to think that one of the greatest pop icons of all time was taken down by the very people who should have been lifting her up. But as more and more truths come to light, it's time to hold everyone accountable for their part in this tragic saga. What do you think? Were Diddy and Justin part of this elaborate plot to take Britney down? Is this just the beginning of even more shocking revelations? Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.